Hello, Common Sense Girl.
Hey, good morning, Uncle Henry. How are you?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing good.
Good. Hey, I was on hold listening to Reagan Girl, and I 100% agree with her. And by the way, her writing campaign would absolutely elect him, I believe.
I
But
agree.
but all of us who know Jeff Sessions in just a small way have had some personal interaction with him over the years. We know what an honorable man he is, and that honor led, in my opinion, to him recusing himself from the Russia probe prematurely. And I can absolutely hearing him offer to resign, not threatening to resign like Joe Gomez characterized it, though. Can you not hear him saying
I
that?
can. I agree with your assessment of him. After I think I met him back in even it was the late '80s or early '90s, and the one whether you agree with his politics or not is one thing, but he's a guy that I really do believe is genuine and honest, and as you use the word honorable.
I do too, and I think he wanted to avoid any semblance of any speculation or any appearance of impropriety. But I think he did it a little. I think he did it too soon, and we don't know for certain. But it seems and sounds like he perhaps did it without consulting with President Trump, for whom he does work. So here again, I think he jumped the gun a bit. And the other thing, Joe Gomez, whom I like him for the most part, even though he's NBC, which is a bit of a surprise that he sounds fairly across the board and not too partisan. But even he characterized Trump nominating an FBI director today as a distraction. I don't think that's a distraction at all. I think it was a brilliant move.
I agree. Well, I agree, and that his perspective sounds like somebody that lives in D.C. and is in that media bubble. That's how you see the world as PR and not actual policy.
Absolutely. Now, I don't know anything about the guy Ray. I do sounds like he's a lawyer, not a lawman, and I had kind of hoped it would be somebody more law enforcement type. But just real quick, you talked about the speculation and the talking heads on the panels. I've about quit watching everything, even Fox News, except Tucker Carlson. He deals with less speculation and has more tends to have more of the principles of a story. You can hear things firsthand. And by the way, he's entertaining as heck. So if you can stay up from 7 to 8, or record it, I think you would love it. And like I say, highly entertaining.
Thank you very much. Hey, thank you, Common Sense Girl. I appreciate that. Um, we'll be right back right after the traffic and the weather. And if you stay tuned, Common Sense Girl, I can give you some insight on Joe Gomez and NBC and how that connection is there.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Dean McCrary Mazda Traffic Center.
We picked up a new interstate accident in Pensacola now. This is eastbound I-10, just past the Highway 29 interchange. Left lane is blocked. Looks like maybe a mile-long delay is already building there. Big crash that's popped up now on Highway 45 in Smithtown Road. Roadway is closed for the time being. The water is going down in Santa Rosa County, but there are some exceptions. Pace Patriot Boulevard still closed north of Highway 90. Not only is the water high, but there's still a lot of vehicles there that stalled out yesterday in the high water. I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
First Alert Weather from WKRG News 5 and the Southern Cancer Center Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team. The end is near of all of this rain for the past, week and a half? But we've still got flooded streets out there in places today, especially the Florida Panhandle, but elsewhere too. Be careful, turn around, don't drown if you come up on areas where water covers the roadway. The rain slowly tapers and the skies slowly clear today. By tonight, we should have starry, moonlit skies, and tomorrow, sunshine.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
News? Check. Traffic and weather? Check. Opinions? Check. This is the Uncle Henry Show, only on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. And just briefly, Angelo's with me here. Just briefly, before I get to Angelo, we had Common Sense Girl comment that she was surprised that Joe Gomez was an NBC correspondent. He's on this show almost every day and seems to be more middle of the road. And just a quick explanation for you, Common Sense Girl. He worked and has worked for our company. We had our own news division for iHeartMedia called 24/7 News for many, many years that he worked for. And last year, NBC no longer had a radio division, and they wanted one. And so they kind of bought in and ended up putting their brand name on all of our radio people. So he was not an NBC guy. He was an iHeart guy that got a new brand put on him. So he's not hanging out with Lester Holt. Angelo, good morning.
Well, good morning, sir. How are you doing on this beautiful day?
I'm doing fantastic. I had a great time at Mobile Bay Coins yesterday with Angelo and everyone there. I always love looking at the shiny things and learning things there, Angelo.
We always have lots of pretty pieces, whether you're looking at the jewelry, whether you're looking at the gold or silver bullion. And I liked how you looked with that pinky ring on. That was pretty impressive, Uncle Henry.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not a pinky ring kind of guy, but I can at least see what it's like there at Mobile Bay Coins. I saw a story about Germany's working on a train, allegedly, that's hydrogen powered, that the only emission is steam, that it would not be a polluting thing. It could go 87 miles per hour, and the only thing that comes out of it is water, steam. Doesn't that sound amazing?
It's a great concept. They've actually worked on hydrogen-powered cars for a number of years. One of the biggest issues is basically having that hydrogen there because of the tank that it needs to be stored in. It's a pressurized tank. But you're right. When you burn hydrogen and oxygen combine and produce water or steam. So all you're doing is putting hot water out into the atmosphere. Now, I'm sure Al Gore or somebody will find a way to complain about that. But no bad emissions whatsoever, just water. It's an amazing concept.
So the question we would have to ask ourselves is, here in the Deep South especially, people don't seem to like mass transit. If mass transit were available, would you take it?
As needed or if needed. And I honestly, even though I've told you before, I don't like the idea of riding a bus or trains or things like that, I really do believe that the United States needs a better mass transit system. And I think if there was one in place, then I would use it when needed. For goodness sakes, wouldn't it be nice to be able to go down to the beach, via train and not have to fight all that traffic?
It would be. It would be. Hey, before we run out of time, real quick, Mobile Bay Coins, they've got the Krugerrands, the silver limited edition Krugerrands. Mostly, Krugerrands are normally gold, but these are special 50th anniversary silver ounce Krugerrands. Only a limited number minted, and you still have a few left.
We still have a few of those left in stock, so if you've been listening to us talk about it, come by the shop, check them out. Beautiful coin, beautiful packaging, got the certificate of authenticity with it. We'd love to show those off to you, and you can look at some of the other items while you're here.
Very good. Angelo, have a great day. Go look at the Krugerrand and also the new Privateer rounds at Mobile Bay Coins, 2204 Government Street in Mobile.
Things get said
until I've weighed in on it.
Rush.
You don't really know.
Today, 11 to 2.
What it means.
News Radio 710, WNTM.
Uncle Henry here. If you want to sell your home, if you need to sell your home, let me connect you with my real estate agent, Sandy Frost of Roberts Brothers. Her listings sell faster than the average agent's listings. She sells 97% of her listings when the average agent doesn't come close to that, and her listings sell at about 3% more than other agents' listings. Sandy has used her years of experience to develop an exclusive 32-step home marketing plan that works.
Over the years, I've experimented with some pretty innovative things, a lot of which I learned by going to conferences all over the country, and I learned from other top agents what they were doing. And I would come back and I would implement things. Some things work, some things don't. The things that have worked the best are in that 32-point plan, and I'm always adding to it.
Call Sandy Frost at 251-604-6514 or visit her online at sandyfrost.com. That's sandyfrost.com.
First house, last house, mid-south, court that side, porch, cul-de-sac, mid-south, court that brick house, townhouse, don't pay, court that dockside, poolside, outside, court that corner store, warehouse, mama's house, court that.
Tired of painting your home every 4 to 5 years? This is Kevin Mamahat, president of Mid-South Coatings. Better than paint, more durable than latex. Mid-South Coatings is the ultimate alternative to traditional paint. And with our lifetime warranty, you'll never have to paint your home again, guaranteed. If you live anywhere in the Gulf South, call for a free estimate. And since Mid-South Coatings is much thicker than paint, your home will look like it's just been freshly painted forever. So before you paint your home with traditional paint or any product, call Mid-South Coatings for a free estimate.
Call 251-272-4440. 272-4440. That's 272-4440.
Red, white, red, and blue, any color of the net, anywhere you're at, coat this, north, south, coat that.
I'm Uncle Henry, a customer of Heads Heating and Air Conditioning. I've used them for maintenance and for when my old system went out on me. Last year, I asked them to turn to the experts, Carrier, and replace my old natural gas furnace with a Carrier 95% high-efficiency unit. And so I had a cozy, warm home last winter with lower heating bills, and I'm looking forward to a cool home this summer with that new system. Carrier, high-efficiency natural gas, and Heads Heating and Air Conditioning make a great team. Did you know they've got financing available at 0% interest for up to 60 months? You can't beat 0% on a new system. What a great combo. Carrier, natural gas, Heads Heating and Air Conditioning, and financing at 0% interest for up to 60 months. So turn to the experts, Carrier, and call Heads Heating and Air Conditioning. The number is 251-653-7873. 251-653-7873. See if you qualify for that great deal on 0% interest.
Heads Heating and Air Conditioning, where 3 heads are better than 1.
Hey there, people. This is Mark Maron, and I host the podcast WTF with Mark Maron, which is available on iHeartRadio. Honestly, I think we could all listen to each other a little bit more, and I think it's a healthy thing. I listen to all sorts of people, comedians, actors, musicians, directors, writers, even a president. They come into my garage, and we have a conversation about all the big stuff in life. Go check it out, WTF with Mark Maron, right here on iHeartRadio.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
We picked up a new interstate accident in Pensacola now. This is eastbound I-10, just past the Highway 29 interchange. Left lane is blocked. Looks like maybe a mile-long delay is already building there. Big crash that's popped up now on Highway 45 in Smithtown Road. Roadway is closed for the time being. The water is going down in Santa Rosa County, but there are some exceptions. Pace Patriot Boulevard still closed north of Highway 90. Not only is the water high, but there's still a lot of vehicles there that stalled out yesterday in the high water. I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
First Alert Weather from WKRG News 5 and the Chemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
The rain is eventually going to end, and by tomorrow we should be back to sunny skies. But this morning, be careful out there. There are still a lot of flooded streets, especially in the Florida Panhandle, but a few elsewhere. If you run up on areas where water covers the roadway, turn around, don't drown, they say. Look for a clearing, a slow clearing during the day today, with a high in the mid-80s. I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team.
You're home for Rush every weekday at 11. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Coming up right after the Daily Reagan, your chance to win tickets to see Matchbox 20, whoever that is. Before we get to the Matchbox 20 tickets, We have the Daily Reagan. The Daily Reagan, a presentation of SAD Healthcare. SAAD is how you spell it. SADhealthcare.com. Here is the president.
None of the 4 wars in my lifetime came about because we were too strong. It is weakness. It is weakness that invites adventurous adversaries to make mistaken judgments. America is the most peaceful, least warlike nation in modern history. We are not the cause of all the ills of the world. We're a patient and generous people. But for the sake of our freedom and that of others, we cannot permit our reserve to be confused with a lack of resolve.
The Daily Reagan, a presentation of SAD Healthcare, SAAD, sadhealthcare.com. Now I've got your chance to win tickets to see Matchbox 20. Live at the Wharf Amphitheater, Friday, August 18th. Tickets go on sale Friday, 10 o'clock through Ticketmaster. Right now, your chance to win tickets before they go on sale. Before we get to your chance to win, who is Matchbox 20? Let me listen to this.
Matchbox 20, 20th anniversary tour.
Wow, they've been around for 20 years. Well, it's never too late. It's never too late for me to figure out who they are. All right, what we're going to do is play Matchbox 20 or not. I'm going to share with you some music, and you're going to have to tell me, is it Matchbox 20 or not? And the first caller to tell me if it's Matchbox 20 or not wins the tickets. And that's at 479-272-3251, 479-2723. Now, listen carefully. I did my best to find some wonderful music here. This is Matchbox 20, or it's not. You decide.
All day, staring at the ceiling, making friends with shadows on my wall. All night, hearing voices telling me that I should get some sleep because tomorrow might be good for something.
It was pretty good.
Hold on, feeling like I'm headed for a breakdown.
Oh, my goodness.
And I don't know why. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell.
Okay, not crazy, just a little unwell. Is that Matchbox 20 or not? 479-2723 is the number. Hello there, good morning.
Is that the guy that shaves your back?
What? All right, no, look! Come on now! It's the 20th anniversary of whoever these people are, and I'm trying to give away these tickets. All right, let me try again. Hello there, good morning.
Yeah, it's your big fat mama.
It is not my mother! Cut it out! I'm trying to give away these tickets. All right, let me try again. Hello, good morning. Hello? All right, well, that person's not there. Hello, good morning. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. Matchbox 20 or not?
Yes, it is. It's their song.
All right, technically, you're correct. Technically, you're correct. So, and because the other callers are morons, I'm going to go ahead and award you the tickets because you are technically correct. What is your name?
My name is Frank Davis.
All right, Frank, we're going to have Ariel. She's getting your phone number right. Correct, Ariel? You can get his phone number. All right, Ariel's going to call you back, Frank, and get your information.
Okay, thank you very much.
And you're going to need to wait a few weeks before you come pick up your tickets.
Yes, sir.
Because they're not on sale yet. We don't have them. We're going to get them, and then you can come pick them up.
Okie dokie.
Thank you, Frank, for listening to the show.
All the time I do, Dr. Henry.
Well, thank you for the promotion to doctor. I am working on my doctorate at Bishop State. Thank you very much. All right, Frank, thank you. And for the other people that called, shame on you. Shame on you for disrupting the game. All right, I may have more tickets coming up. In the 8 o'clock hour. Maybe less than an hour from now. Maybe the morons won't be, and I apologize, I know I probably shouldn't use that kind of language. Maybe the ne'er-do-well freaks, maybe they won't be listening in the next hour. Maybe they'll have gone on to sniff Glade air freshener or shoe polish or whatever it is they're sniffing. And then we can get better callers for the next time we give away the tickets. We'll have more chances to win next hour and also tomorrow morning on the Uncle Henry Show for Matchbox 20. Whoever they are, I think 20 is what, 20 years?
Matchbox 20. 20th anniversary tour.
20th, and I don't even know who they are. All right, well, it's never too late. It's never too late to learn. All right, coming up, we do have news from Fox, news from WKRG. I continue to monitor the president's Twitter. He's already rewarded me this morning with several news items from Twitter, including the president nominating the new FBI director, Christopher A. Wray. That was announced this morning on Twitter. So I will be monitoring the president's Twitter as we move forward on the program. Also in the next hour of the show, a new edition of Dear Ariel, and more coverage of, is Jeff Sessions, is he still going to be, what's the future of Jeff Sessions after all these reports yesterday? We'll get into all of that as we continue on the Uncle Henry Show.
News Radio 710 and the Grounds have partnered together to recognize the heroes among us. This month, we're looking to honor the friend or neighbor that always goes above and beyond for others. Nominate your community hero today at newsradio710.com, keyword hero.
iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Austin, but you miss Seattle? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist stations.
Hey, this is Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue on iHeartRadio.
Just type in the artist you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. Free radio and unlimited music all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Angelo's here from Mobile Bay Coins. Angelo, do you really buy coins?
We certainly do, Uncle Henry, and that's one thing a lot of people, I guess, just don't realize is, yes, we do free appraisals, yes, we inspect your jewelry, and we do all these other cool things, but if you come in with a coin collection and you want to sell it, that offer we're making you is the amount of money we're going to give you if you decide to sell it.
So you buy them from individuals, not just wholesalers? You buy them from people off the street?
Correct. Uncle Henry, if your neighbor has a coin collection that her grandfather left her and she wants to bring it by the shop, we will do a free appraisal, we will make an offer, and she can walk out the door with a check or cash in her hands.
What if a person just has one coin? Is that enough, or do they need to have a collection?
That's plenty. They can bring one coin by. They can bring the entire collection by. We recommend that the more they have, bring it in all at once and let us go through the whole process. We love to take a look at them and make them a great offer.
So you really buy coins?
We really, truly buy coins at Mobile Bay Coins.
Mobile Bay Coins, 2204 Government Street, Midtown, Mobile. Look for them on Facebook, mobilebaycoins.com.
Hey, girl. I'm the sports station down the dial. I know you're with this station right now, and I respect that, but you know where to find me.
No idea.
Oh, you don't? Well, okay, I'll just tell you. I'm in 99.5 on the FM dial. My name's the Jack.
Great.
Your home for traffic and weather on the nines every morning. News Radio 710 WNTM, Mobile, and iHeart radio station 99.9 WMXC HD3 Mobile. 710 Time Saver Traffic from the Dean McCrary Volvo Traffic Center.
We're still looking at a left lane accident that's been fouling things up a bit in Pensacola this morning. This has occurred on eastbound I-10 near the Highway 29 interchange. There is a bit of a delay you'll need to contend with there. Major accident in Saraland, which does have Highway 45 closed at Smithtown Road. They're going to be detoured through the area there. Also, Pace Patriot Boulevard, just north of Highway 90, still closed due to high water. There are a number of vehicles there that stalled out in the water yesterday, and those are now being removed. I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.
Around the world, there are young people who face a difficult decision: continue their dream of education or drop out to help support their families. In a single moment, you can help them write a new story. See potential, not poverty, at unbound.org.
First Alert Weather from WKRG News 5 and the Southern Cancer Center Weather Center.
The rain is eventually going to end, and by tomorrow we should be back to sunny skies. But this morning, be careful out there. There are still a lot of flooded streets, especially in the Florida Panhandle, but a few elsewhere. If you run up on areas where water covers the roadway, turn around, don't drown, they say. Look for a clearing, a slow clearing during the day today, with a high in the mid-80s. I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team.
This is a Fox News alert. He's President Trump's FBI most wanted. I'm Dave Anthony. The announcement came in a tweet. The president ready to nominate a new FBI director to replace the one he fired in May, James Comey. Fox's John Decker is live at the White House.
Christopher Wray, a partner at the law firm of King & Spalding, served in the Bush administration as the Assistant Attorney General in charge of the Department of Justice's Criminal Division. In that position, Wray helped lead the department's efforts to address the wave of corporate fraud scandals and also served on the president's Corporate Fraud Task Force. Prior to his service in Washington, Wray served as a federal prosecutor in Atlanta. Wray must now go through confirmation hearings in the U.S. Senate. Dave?
John Comey will testify tomorrow about his firing. Question about the Russia probe. The acting FBI director, Andrew McCabe, will testify next hour at the Senate, along with top intel officials. In a hearing about surveillance, they could also be questioned about Russia.
Watergate pales, really, in my view, as compared to what we're confronting now.
That's former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper in Australia today. He was driven off London Bridge. Another victim of Saturday's terror attack found in the Thames River today. It's now 8 dead. Dozens were injured. A state sponsor of terror attacked by terrorists. Iran's parliament and a shrine were targets. Fox's Jessica Gallagher live in our Middle East Bureau.
Dave, suicide bombers and gunmen attacked Iran's parliament and the shrine of its revolutionary leader. ISIS has claimed responsibility and purportedly releasing a video showing the inside of Iran's parliament during the attack. At least 12 people are dead and more than 40 others wounded. A deputy Interior Ministry says the attackers were dressed up as women and were armed with Kalashnikovs. ISIS is at war with Iranian-backed forces in Iraq and Syria. They view Shiites as apostates. Dave.
Jessica, Bill Cosby's accuser will take the witness stand again this morning. Day 3 of his trial. Andrea Constant claims Cosby drugged her to have sex. He says it was consensual. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Good morning, I'm Jessica Taloni with WKRG News 5, coverage you can count on. Heavy rain swept through the Florida Panhandle overnight, flooding streets in Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. Rainfall in some areas approached 10 inches in just a 24-hour period.
Well, what can you do? Water's water. We're not going to keep it from rising, so we might as well cook some pizza and make the best of it, I guess.
About a dozen roads are still closed this morning in Santa Rosa County. You can find a list of closures on WKRG.com. A crime alert in Mobile. Police investigating 2 shootings. A man was shot in the abdomen Tuesday inside his apartment in the Maysville community of Mobile. Police say the shooter ran from the scene. In a separate shooting, police say a woman fired a gun into a car on Lexington Avenue. At least 2 children were inside the car. Tamisha Ellis is out of jail on bond this morning. With WKRG News 5, coverage you can count on, I'm Jessica Taloni.
Looks like some cable and phone companies are trying to sell home security. But when a burglar sees one of their signs in the front yard, what does it say? Oh, wow, this home has 599 channels. Or, oh, these guys have high-speed internet. But the ADT sign, it says, this family trusts the company whose name means security. So beat it. It's no wonder 5 times more people choose ADT to protect their homes.
Learn more at ADT.com and to see licensing and terms and conditions.
When you're hiring for a growing business, you don't need lots of candidates. You need the right candidates. You need Indeed.com. With an algorithm that positions your job post where quality candidates are and screener questions that help you zero in on the best talent. Indeed.com, the site proven through an independent study to deliver 5 times more hires than any other. New users claim your $50 credit for a sponsored job at Indeed.com/credit. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
To the Mercedes-Benz Mobile Studios, this is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Coming up, your chance, we'll have another chance for you to win Matchbox 20 concert tickets. We'll do that in about 45 minutes. If you've got the time to hang around for that. Now, I've been following President Trump's Twitter this morning, and it's been a wonderful thing. Anytime the president tweets, that helps me in that I don't have to think. I don't have to really do much. I just follow whatever it is the president is tweeting. And he did tweet early this morning his new nominee to head the FBI, a man named Christopher Wray. Now, I noticed that Fox News uses they've got a special sound effect they play whenever there's something really important that has just happened. What is that? I'm trying to figure out what this sound effect is when something really important happens. That almost sounds like the news is being shot out of a giant cannon. There's a tubular something in there. Anyway, that's how you know something really important has just happened. The sound out of like the news is being launched at you. It's not just news, it's being launched at you. I need something like that for this show. Because I was following the president's Twitter. I saw the tweet as soon as it was there. I need something like that for this show. I don't know. That's a little too dramatic for me. Maybe I can use something like this. This is kind of old school. That sounds more my speed. Well, I'll look for that. And if any tweets, if there are any new tweets, I'll be sure to let you know. The president probably not going to tweet again this morning because he is getting ready to leave for Cincinnati. The president says he's going to speak today about infrastructure in Cincinnati. He also tweeted that he's going to meet with Obamacare victims. I'm curious about what that means. If that's somebody that their premiums have skyrocketed. There were a lot of people locally that felt like they were victims when they saw their premiums go sky high. And the coverage actually was worse. Hey, traffic and weather together. And then more Uncle Henry Show. Please stick with the program.
Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
We're still seeing several miles of backup on eastbound Highway 98 through Destin. The problem is a fatality investigation that has the roadway down to one lane near Stallman. You have got a backup of miles back across the Destin Bridge. Meanwhile, we have a better flow of traffic through Pensacola, eastbound I-10 near Highway 29. All lanes are back open to traffic there. We also have the ongoing closure of Pace Patriot Boulevard north of Highway 90 as they remove some of the stalled out vehicles from yesterday's high water. I'm Ray Romero.
First Alert Weather from WKRG News 5 and the Chemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team. The end is near of all of this rain for the past, week and a half. But we've still got flooded streets out there in places today, especially the Florida Panhandle, but elsewhere too. Be careful, turn around, don't drown if you come up on areas where water covers the roadway. The rain slowly tapers and the skies slowly clear today. By tonight, we should have starry, moonlit skies, and tomorrow, sunshine.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
She didn't just visit the sick and poor. She moved in with them because they needed help. Mother Teresa couldn't do it all, but she gave her all. Compassion. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
We love Nick Saban. Just wanted to get that out of the way. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Your chance to win tickets to see Matchbox 20 at the Wharf. Your chance to win coming up in a little more than half an hour from now. And coming up in less than 10 minutes, a new edition of Dear Ariel. So tomorrow, I tuned into cable news last night. I don't ordinarily watch it, but I wanted to know more about the Jeff Sessions story. I'm very Jeff Sessions oriented since he has defended my mother in public, and so I feel very Jeff Sessions oriented. So I turned on cable news last night, and I did notice that not only were they obsessed about Jeff Sessions on several channels, they were also obsessed with the James Comey testimony. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., James Comey testifying before Congress, and the atmosphere in Washington, D.C. I don't know if I'd call it a circus. It is like a sporting event. There are bars opening up early tomorrow. They're going to be opening up 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow in Washington, D.C. at bars to have Comey testimony watching parties. Let's see. Washington, D.C. bar Shaw's Tavern. They say they're going to be open, that people want to show up and watch it together.
You know, DC, a lot of people telework or work from home, and many of the people that have been emailing have asked, you know, we have Wi-Fi, they expect to bring their laptops and be working from the bar.
Be working from, yeah, I'm working from the bar. It reminds me of when, for years, we would here at our company during the NCAA March Madness and also during, I think, the Masters, other sporting events that happen during the week, they'll set up big screen TVs out in a common area here at work. And you'll have people take their laptops down and sit and watch the sports, and they're claiming that they're still working. Now, I don't believe it. I don't believe they are. I don't believe that people are going to be sitting in the bar, Shaw's Tavern in Washington, D.C., with a laptop, that they're still really working as they're sitting in the bar watching the testimony. I do not believe it. However, hats off to the entrepreneurs who are going to make money. This is America making money off of whatever you can make the money off of. This is the proprietor of Shaw's Tavern.
The FBI sandwich, which we actually named before we knew what was going to go into it.
So they've got a special sandwich that they'll be serving. $5 Russian vodka for the people working at the bar watching the Comey testimony, along with the FBI sandwich. And you just heard him say they didn't even know what was in the sandwich yet. They just knew they had to have one. Somebody on Facebook this morning watching the show said the B most certainly had to be for bacon. So who knows? Maybe I should call tomorrow and find out what the FBI sandwich is. I will not, I know you didn't ask, but I will not watch it. I'll find out later, because I know that I will be irritated no matter what is said just because it is a congressional hearing. All right, coming up next, Dear Ariel on the Uncle Henry Show. Take care of your skin. See Dr. Thomas Bender at Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. Dr. Bender sees patients in Mobile, Daphne, and Bay Minette. Find out more online at advanceddermclinic.com.
MSNBC's Morning Joe speaks truth to power.
And good morning to Facebook. If there's anybody, I don't know if there's anybody there or not watching on Facebook. Let me do a quick check. If not, then I don't have to talk to you. Let's see. Oh, there are. Well, good morning. All right, look, coming up, I'm going to have a chance for people to win tickets to see Matchbox 20, whoever they are. And I'm trying to find some Matchbox 20 music that I can use on the program. Bear with me. I know this is going to be very difficult for you to have to listen to, but this is the only way I can preview it using our equipment here. I'm trying to find some Matchbox 20 music that I might be able to use on the program to give away the tickets.
Well, she's always worried about things like that. Well, she said it's all gonna get.
All right, I won't be using that. I'm sorry you had to hear that. This is the only way I could have previewed it. There was no way I could have previewed it without you hearing it, thanks to the way this is set up. Isn't it wonderful that for people like me that don't know about Matchbox 20, we can always go on YouTube and learn everything there is about Matchbox 20. Let's see. Here's some more. They did a wonderful job putting a microphone there for the singer there. Again, I apologize. I will stop doing this, I promise. '20th anniversary of Matchbox 20, and I don't really know about them. Should I learn about them or wait until the 25th? Could they get just a little bit better by the time they get to the 25th? And then I can invest the time in knowing about them.
She's even thrown outside, she hands him a ring. She's always worried about things like.
All right, see, I've trained myself not to want to hear that kind of stuff, and I think that's a good decision. But don't. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it at the Wharf, and your chance to win coming up in about 25 minutes on the Uncle Henry Show. All right, let's see. What else to share with you? I still want more details. There was an attack in Wilmer on a church, and the authorities say vandalism at a church, $25,000 in damage to the church. $25,000. That is just a lot of money in damages to a church. Now, what I saw on television, it was spray paint. There had to have been something worse done to the church that I didn't read about, other than spray paint. But $25,000. Let me see if I can get more details on this. Items in the church were destroyed, so maybe if they destroyed office equipment or computers or things like that, then I can see how it could get up to $25,000. But they spray painted a lot of the walls in the church, and it looks like the kind of stuff teenagers would do. People that don't have $25,000 to pay back is what it looked like. All right, stand by.
It's Uncle Henry on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Today is the day when the local newspaper, the Press Register, is thrown at buildings all over Lower Alabama. We had one thrown at our building. I did pick it up off the ground, bending over to get the news. I brought it in and found a new Dear Abby column. They still have that. And that means a new edition of Dear Ariel. This is where I take the letters to Dear Abby and I put them to Ariel and we compare the generations, the Ariel generation and the elderly Abby generation. Ariel, are you ready?
Of course I am.
For your letter? Okay, Dear Ariel, this is a long letter.
Oh, goodness.
Somebody with a lot of problems.
Obviously.
This is from a man. Dear Ariel, my wife Rita and I separated a year ago. Our divorce is pending. The man she's seeing, whom I believe she was cheating with before we split, has a violent criminal past. He has already cheated on Rita with his ex-girlfriend, the woman who had him locked up in the first place. Rita caters to him to the point that she ignores our kids. When he shows up, they often retire to the bedroom, and my children are on their own for dinner. She even paid his bail when we were supposed to be saving for our daughter's school trip, which meant I ended up paying her half. She is oblivious. She believed the kids want to spend time at my place only because there's a game system here. Our daughter is slightly overweight, and Rita and I had agreed to make sure we keep up her self-esteem. I don't think Rita's behavior is helping in this area at all. My kids want him gone. They have expressed this to their mother, but she keeps making excuses to keep him around. They have told me she comes apart when he's not there. Could she be terrified of being alone? Is it possible to make her realize how this is affecting our kids, or am I making too much of all of this? And that lengthy letter is from Perplexton, Minnesota.
So let me help you solve your problems. Forget about Rita. What you need to do is go down to your local court system and make sure that you get custody of your kids, because clearly Rita is not very good at making decisions, and she's probably not all that great from what you say with taking care of the kids. So you need to go get custody of your kids, get them out of that environment, give them a stable environment, and then let Rita do whatever Rita does. If Rita wants to self-destruct because she's afraid of being lonely, well, that's a whole lot of people's problems, but it isn't yours. Get them out of the situation. Like, why are you so worried about Rita? Leave Rita alone. Rita is clearly crazy.
Very good. Now this, and I understand it's very difficult for males to get custody, but
Right.
if he
can prove she's unfit, though.
if she's got a violent guy that she's bailing out.
Right. Ignoring her kids for?
All right, let's compare the Ariel answer to what Abby had to say. Abby says, your wife may have a severe fear of being alone, but if it's true that she can't function when he's not there, there may be other emotional issues as well. Please understand that now that you are separated, you cannot dictate how she sees this man or in what room of the house. However, because she appears to be unable or unwilling to be present for her children when he's there, consider having a calm, non-accusatory conversation with her about them staying for you with a long while. She may surprise you and be open to it.
Well, then, see, now she doesn't have to be responsible for them, and you can be responsible for them. But clearly, I always take the more dramatic approach and say, fight her for it.
Well, your approach is more realistic than Abby's.
Right.
Maybe you can just have a chat with her.
Exactly. I mean, in a perfect world, you say, you know what? Maybe I should take the kids for the rest of our lives. And she goes, yes, okay. And then birds fall out of the tree singing happy songs, and they lived happily ever after the end. In real life, you might have to drag her to court. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. Ariel, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well done. I think Ariel is more to the point, and the man sounds like he needed somebody to be more to the point. In fact, if it's 2017 and you're writing Abby shouldn't beat around the bush or sugarcoat it. In fact, Abby might be popular again if she were more like Ariel and were more to the point. I think I've got more Twitter followers than Abby, which is not good. If you've got the brand name of Dear Abby and you've been around for all these many decades and somehow I've got more people on Twitter than she does, then there's a problem with Abby. All right, thank you, Ariel, for the latest edition of Dear Ariel. We're going to take a break. I know the radio listener, you don't want advice for the poor man in Michigan or Minnesota, wherever he is. What you want is news items. So we have them for you. News, traffic, and weather is all coming up next on the Uncle Henry Show. Coming up in about 20 minutes, your chance to win tickets to see Matchbox 20. Whoever they are, they're going to be at the Wharf in Orange Beach coming up August 18th with tickets going on sale Friday at 10 via Ticketmaster. Your chance to win tickets before they go on sale. And that chance coming up in about 20 minutes on the Uncle Henry Show.
On Sunday, as details poured in about the London terror attack, CNN pushed out a news notification. Perfect timing. Here's what it said. Presidents often turn to faith in times of crisis. That seems unlikely for Trump. The story it linked to, God and the Dawn, was just a typical CNN hit piece on President Trump. It claimed to take a deep look into Trump's church habits from childhood to the present. They concluded that Trump is not as religious as CNN thinks he should be. The fact that CNN is what shocks me.
All right, look. All right, here we are on Facebook. I've got to. I apologize for doing this to you again, but I've got to preview. I've got no other way to preview things except so that you can hear it. So let me listen to this briefly. Something that could be involved in our Matchbox 20 contest.
When I'm done, yeah. I wonder what it's like to be a superhero.
Ugh, okay. Sorry, but I think I found what I was looking for. Let's see. When we go back on the radio, I've got some wonderful email to get to. I've also got, well, here's some news that was just sent to me from somebody. Who sent me this? Alabama Business Journal. Governor Kay Ivey, you may remember her. She signed 3 pro-business bills into law to reduce regulation, make it easier for small businesses to operate in the state. You know what would make it easy for a small business to succeed in this state if it were my business? Would be someone to invest large amounts of money in it. That would make it easier. Other than that, I don't know that I have an idea for my own small business. Although, coming up later this year, there may be a new Uncle Henry product offered on the market, and it would be a beverage. It's not going to be beer, or it's not going to be alcohol. But there may be a new Uncle Henry beverage coming out later this year. Speaking of alcohol, I saw the story last week that the NFL is going to start allowing liquor commercials in the football games. And I guess that makes sense in that they allow beer, but they don't have liquor commercials. And I don't see much of a difference between beer and liquor. It still does about the same thing. Now, beer commercials during football games usually feature really healthy young people, good-looking, athletic men and women. And they show them, in a lot of cases, they're either in gatherings together, looking real physically healthy, drinking their beer, or they're actually competing in some kind of an athletic event together. And then after they're finished playing pickup basketball or something, then they have a beer together, or they've gone running together and they have a beer. And the beer commercials show that beer drinkers are the healthiest people. They don't look like my neighbor from a few years ago. When I lived in Baldwin County in Bell Forest, I lived across the street from a guy that when it was time for the garbage to come, this guy it looked like he drank a case of beer every day. And I'm not exaggerating. I've never seen a human being with this many empties stacked up outside of his house. And he didn't have company come over to help him drink it. And when I talked to him, he always had a beer. He never seemed intoxicated. I suppose he had developed over the years some tolerance to the beer, so that he always had it going in and always had it coming out, and he maintained a certain level of near sobriety or pretend sobriety. He did, but the point I'm bringing, the reason I'm bringing him up, he did not look healthy. He looked like if you heard the news that he was no longer alive, you'd go, okay, no shock. That's what he did. He did not look well. He did not look well. They would never make a beer commercial with that guy, with him standing outside a literal stack of empty beer containers, cases, almost like a pallet of beer. He would never be in the commercial. What is going to be so I asked this all as I wonder when they advertise liquor on the NFL, what is the commercial going to be like? Are they going to have young, really good looking, athletic, healthy looking people, men and women, show them like finishing a marathon? And then when they're done, they've got the towel around their neck and they walk over to the bar and they say, let's do some shots. Woo! And then they do shots. And then they go back out and jog around. I mean, how are they going to present this? How do you the commercials are going to be different. So they're going to allow liquor commercials in football next year. There are still some things you can't advertise. You cannot advertise birth control devices. And I don't want to say what they are, but you know what they are. In fact, if you walk through the streets of the city of Mobile, sometimes you see them laying around on the streets. That can't be advertised during NFL games. Now, you can advertise Viagra and Cialis in every commercial break with a bunch of semi-gray-haired men with their young wives on TV, sitting in bathtubs or out in the barn playing the guitar. whatever the situation. You can advertise Cialis and Viagra, but you can't. It's still against the rules to advertise the birth control devices. There are still some things you cannot advertise on NFL football. I wonder when they're finally going to have dope smoking out in California. I wonder if locally in California, West Coast, if they have dope commercials. All right, stand by. We're about to go back to radio.
This family trusts the company whose name means security. So beat it. It's no wonder 5 times more people choose ADT to protect their homes.
Learn more at ADT.com and to see licensing and terms and conditions.
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Coming up in about 15 minutes, your chance to win tickets to see Matchbox 20, whoever they are, live at the Wharf Amphitheater Friday, August 18th. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 through Ticketmaster. Your chance to win them before you can buy them. Coming up in about 15 minutes. I was talking to the Facebook viewers at News Radio 710 WNTM's Facebook page just a few minutes ago about how the NFL, for the first time, they're going to allow liquor commercials during their games. They've allowed beer for many, many years, of course. Now they're going to let liquor in as an advertiser. There's another liquor health story out today that's being spread that I'm sure you're going to see. The headline, here's one of the headlines. Even moderate drinking can damage the brain, claim researchers. The story goes something like this. Drinking even moderate amounts of alcohol can damage the brain and impair cognitive function over time, researchers claim. Heavy drinking previously had been linked to memory problems and dementia. Previous studies have suggested that low levels of drinking could help protect the brain. Now, and this is University of Oxford, British Medical Journal, they studied people they did MRIs. They actually took a look at the brains using MRI scans. And they found that people that drank a little bit more had shrunken hippocampus. Shrunken, which I don't know what that is, but it doesn't. Nobody wants shrunken. When it comes to your body, unless it's fat cells, I don't want anything to be described as shrunken. Whether it's in my brain, I don't care what part of my body it is. And they go on. There's just a lot of details where they tested people. They found that the people fared worse on tests of how many words they could identify and all this kind of stuff. And they're trying to come up with a formula of how much is too much. I don't know how much of this we can believe. As they point out in their story, earlier studies claimed it was good for you. Now they're saying it isn't. And there's a shrunken hippocampus, whatever that is. So just be aware of that as you do whatever it is you do.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
We've just gotten the all clear from our major accident in Destin. This was a fatality crash involving a pedestrian, and it caused restrictions on eastbound Highway 98 at Stallman. They have reopened the roadway completely now, so traffic is improving, but you did have a delay for several miles and quite a bit still to get through there. Also, our accident spot near Saraland still working. This has Highway 45 closed near Smithtown Road. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by Always Money. Always Money is the best place to get a title loan. Get up to $10,000 with a clear title to your car. More money in your pocket and low rates. Visit alwaysmoney.com for the store nearest you. Subject to approval.
First Alert Weather from WKRG News 5 and the Southern Cancer Center Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team. The end is near of all of this rain for the past, week and a half? But we've still got flooded streets out there in places today, especially the Florida Panhandle, but elsewhere too. Be careful, turn around, don't drown if you come up on areas where water covers the roadway. The rain slowly tapers and the skies slowly clear today. By tonight, we should have starry, moonlit skies, and tomorrow, sunshine.
This report is brought to you by Lazy Boy. Your home for traffic and weather on the 9s every morning. This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. We have your chance to win Matchbox 20 tickets coming up in about 10 minutes. Matchbox 20, whoever they are, they're going to be at the Wharf Amphitheater Friday, August 18th, and that's in about 10 minutes. This morning, I was watching the president's Twitter because that's what I need to do in this job, and he did tweet out the announcement of who his FBI director is going to be, or who he's going to nominate to be FBI director. So he was breaking news, making that announcement using his Twitter account. And I mention this in the context of people are claiming that because the president uses his Twitter account in that way, that you as an American should have a constitutional right to see his Twitter, that it's unconstitutional if he blocks you on Twitter. That you have a right to see his Twitter. Now, I know we've got the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, all these different things, amendments to the Constitution. Somebody, I guess I need some additional study guide to tell me what my rights are, because I didn't know that I had a right like this. But a group of Twitter users blocked by President Trump want to be unblocked, saying that it's unconstitutional not to be allowed to see what he's tweeting. I don't know if they're going to sue. That would be that'd be a weird lawsuit. But constitutional right to see his Twitter. I wonder what if you're a person and you're in poverty in the United States of America. I'm not even going to try to imagine the circumstances, but let's say you're in poverty. You cannot afford a computer. You cannot afford a smartphone. Thus, you cannot afford Twitter. Does this mean now that you should have a right, that somebody should make sure you have a smartphone? That we should consider this a basic right of citizenry, because that's how the president communicates. How can I know what the president is saying unless I have a smartphone or a tablet? That it's going to be a right that you have internet access. I'll tell you when that's going to happen. If we ever have voting online, which I hope we don't have, because I don't understand modern hacking as it is. So I don't know if I don't think I would trust online voting. But if we ever have voting online, or if voter registration moves online, then you'll be able to argue that everyone should be provided internet access as a basic of citizenship in the country. Your chance to win Matchbox 20 concert tickets is next on the Uncle Henry Show.
There's no such thing as chemical weapons.
The Sean Hannity Show.
Listen,
Assad got rid of his chemical weapons.
Today at 2.
It's a message.
Get the message. News Radio 710, WNTM.
Uncle Henry here for Window World. I became a highly satisfied customer of Window World about 3 years ago when I needed replacement windows for my house. I was attracted to Window World because of their great offer. A vinyl double-hung replacement window for $189. Now, that product was such a good value, and the installers were so professional, I became a big fan of Window World. I got them to replace all my windows and also put up storm doors. Window World has high-quality windows in a variety of styles and shapes, and those windows come with a lifetime limited warranty. And Window World also does other products like doors, vinyl siding, garage doors, hurricane products like impact windows, fabric panels, and shutters, and so much more. Find out for yourself. Visit them online at windowworldgulfcoast.com or call today for a free in-home estimate. 25. All right, coming up. Hey, Facebook, coming up. We'll get finished with the Matchbox 20 contest. Let's go through the paper. All right, in the press register today, mushrooms. Yesterday, I was at Mobile Bay Coins with Ron and Angela. Ron, he doesn't come on the air as much as he used to. He's the very long-haired. He's got a long ponytail. And Ron said very negative things about mushrooms. He was very anti-mushroom. Very anti-mushroom. I like them when prepared properly. I like anything that can fool me into thinking I'm eating meat, and sometimes they can fool me into thinking, and it depends on the mushroom, but I enjoy being tricked by a mushroom. All right, let's see what else. Here's the headline from the newspaper: Avocado hand sending folks to the ER. People are injuring themselves trying to slice avocados, and the injury is being called avocado hand, and the injuries are so bad people go to the emergency room. The London Times says people are getting serious stab and slash injuries as the result of failed attempts to penetrate the avocado's hard outer casing with a sharp knife. And the story goes on to say that if your avocado is hard, it's not ripe, and you're foolish. You're a foolish person. You don't know your avocados. All right, let's see. Also in the paper, radish and cucumber. Radish. Now, if I'm eating radishes and cucumbers, I'm not happy. No offense to anyone involved in the radish and cucumber industry, but I'm not happy. There better be something on it to conceal what it is. All right, let's see. All right. Exciting video, isn't it, to see an old man look through a newspaper. All right, I do my best. I do my best to provide you what you can't find elsewhere. Wouldn't that be great if they brought if NBC brought back Willard Scott, who's like 100 years old, and just had him sit and go through a newspaper? Wouldn't that be good? All right, stand by. We're about to give away the Matchbox 20 concert tickets on the Uncle Henry Show.
Eventually going to end, and by tomorrow we should be back to sunny skies. But this morning, be careful out there. There are still a lot of flooded streets, especially in the Florida Panhandle, but a few elsewhere. If you run up on areas where water covers the roadway, turn around, don't drown, they say. Look for a clearing, a slow clearing during the day today, with a high in the mid-80s. I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team.
Traffic updates every 10 minutes on the 9s every morning. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. Your chance to win tickets to see Matchbox 20. Now is your chance. Now, first, who are they? Who is Matchbox 20?
Matchbox 20. 20th anniversary tour.
20th anniversary? Well, is it too late for me to find out who they are after 20 years? Or should I wait until 25? All right, your chance to win tickets to see Matchbox 20. The concert is August 18th at the Wharf. Tickets go on sale this Friday. The contest is Matchbox 20 or not. I'm going to play some music for you. All you have to do is be the first caller to tell me, is this really Matchbox 20 or not? So it's very simple. I've designed the game so even the very simple-minded can take advantage of it. So listen closely. Is this Matchbox 20 or not?
It's like to know that I made the rain. I'd store it in boxes with little yellow tags on every one, and you can
Oh my goodness.
see them when I'm done.
All right, is that Matchbox 20 or not? The first correct caller at 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. All right. Hello, good morning.
Uncle Henry.
Yes.
That is not Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20.
You're right. You're right.
Thank you. I win.
That is not Matchbox 20. Who is this?
This is Tuskers.
Tuskers. Well, congratulations, Tuskers. Now, we don't have the tickets yet because they're not on sale yet. So wait a couple of weeks. You're going to need to wait a couple of weeks, and then you can come pick up your tickets, and you'll go see Matchbox 20.
I'll be right there to get them. I'm very excited.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
okay. Well, again, you have to wait a couple of weeks. Okay.
Okay. So are you gonna like send me an email or what? Do I have to stand outside to wait to get in?
No, just yes. I will let you know when we get the tickets.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Now I want you. Ariel has got your number, and she's going to call you back and get all your information for our special forms that have to be filled out.
Okay. Great.
Thank you, Tuskers. Congratulations, Tuskers. New.
I'd shout out an order. I think we're out of this, man. Give me some. Boy, don't make.
All right, that is not Matchbox 20. I wouldn't know. Thank you, Tuskers, for winning. I'll have more chances to win tomorrow on the Uncle Henry Show. I've got an email about Matchbox 20. Let me go to the email inbox. Subject line on the email is Matchbox 20. Email reads, Dear Dr. Uncle Henry, just a random thought. One of my favorite Matchbox 20 songs is called Rest Stop, which is about the lead singer being dumped by his girlfriend one night at a rest area. Pretty much a, hey, I need to go to the bathroom, oh, also, I don't love you anymore situation. Pretty bold if you ask me, and that email from Scotty White of scottywhite.com. That's a favorite song, is a guy getting dumped at a rest stop. Well, what happened? Did they get back into the vehicle and continue on, or did she leave him there? Did she leave him there? Now you've got me curious, even though I don't know that I want to hear the song. Let's see, I've looked up the lyrics. Let's see. Oh, it does. It looks like, yes. It looks like she throws him out of the vehicle. Is that the way am I reading this correctly? All right, well, Scotty, what a downer to end the program on. The man was, but he went on to be the lead singer of Matchbox 20. I don't know if he's rich and famous, but he's done well enough that they've been around for at least 20 years.
20th anniversary tour.
All right, so that's at least 20 years, so he's had time to get over this. She did not, I'm sure that she didn't dump him after he was in the band, because that would have been a gravy train that you don't want to get off of. So he did, at least it turned out okay for him. He's appearing at the Wharf. Okay. Almost out of time on the program. There's a story that I did not get a chance to get to today that I just have to mention that I did see this story. I was disturbed by it. And it's the story. Ariel, did you see the story about the woman that posted a video of her letting a snake bite her baby? A Florida woman, of course from Florida, is under investigation. She put a video on Facebook showing a rat snake biting her daughter, and she says she has no regrets for introducing her 1-year-old to the snake. She said people are too sensitive. She says the snake bit her several times, had her son, and didn't leave a mark, and she wanted to teach her daughter about snakes and teach her 1-year-old how to handle snakes, and that this was her way of introducing her daughter to the snake so that she would learn at age 1 about snakes. So I think, I guess to each his own, but we need to learn that we don't need to put everything on video. We do not need to, if you're going to let a snake bite your 1-year-old, you might want to keep that, might want to make that video just for family viewing and not for the entire world.
If you're familiar with cloud computing, you probably know that Amazon Web